Hello everyone, so today I'm gonna solve this problem, average waiting time. So this kind of questions are very important, especially when you are preparing for Google and Microsoft, because not exactly this question, but there kind of lot of such questions would be there with lot of follow-up questions. So I would be highly suggest you guys should solve at least 5 to 10 such questions. Okay, so let's talk about this question. So what is happening is there is one restaurant which has only one chef, so only one guy to prepare food items. So we are given one array of the customers which has like two tuples, arrival time of the customer and the item time. It would be take the unit of times it will take to prepare that order. Okay, so we have to find the total average of the wait time for this customer array. So let me explain with my diagram here. So as per the question, it is given that the customer array is sorted based upon the arrival time in increasing order, right? So we can make sure. So we will start the waiting time for every customer. Okay, so let's start with very first. Okay, so when it is, so there is no previous order, right? So end time of previous order is 0 only, right? So what would be the start time here? Start time would be let's say what would be the start time of first guy. It would be the 1 at the arrival time, so it is 1, and the previous order, there is no previous order finish time, so it is 0. So start time would be here 1. Okay, and the processing time, so how much time it is taking to process? It is taking 2 units, so 1 plus 2. Okay, so 1 plus 2 at 3. Okay, at 3 it would be ready to the customer. So what would be the waiting time? Waiting time would be the time at which it is served to customer minus the time at which the customer arrived. So customer arrived at 1, right? So 3 minus 1. Okay, so at 2 unit of time, this guy would be the having total waiting time for the first guy. So we are done for the first guy. Let's go for the second guy. So this guy is reached at 2, but the previous order was finished at when? It was finished at 3, right? So we have to take the max of these. So at 3 this guy was done, the order was prepared, and this guy reached at 2. So what would be the start time? Start time would be the maximum of arrival time and the completion time of the previous order. So this is 3. So 2 and 3 is the maximum. So it would be start at 3 and it would be end at 3 plus 5, right? It is taking 3 plus 5. So what would be the total? It would be 8. Okay, so at 8 your order would be served and this guy reached at 2. Okay, so 8 minus 2, so 6 is the total wait time for the second guy. Now we will come to here. So we will come, this guy reached at 4, but previous order was finished at 8, right? So we have to take max of these two. Even this guy reached at 4, but its processing will start at 8, right? So what would be the start time? Start time would be 8, and what is the total processing time? It is 3 unit. So 8 plus 3. Okay, so at 11 unit of time the order for this guy would be served. So what would be total wait time? It was served at 11, this guy reached at 4, so 11 minus 4, it is 7, right? So if we sum up all these guys, okay, so this would be 2 plus 6, 8 plus 7, it would be total 15 unit of time is the total wait time. So if we divide this 15 with the 3, because there are 3 customers, right? So 15 divided by 3, so what would be the time? It would be 5 average waiting time. Okay, so this is happening in single traversal, so time complexity would be O of n. But there could be follow-up questions as well, that what if there are multiple steps? What if there are 2 steps? Then how would you approach? Okay, what if the arrival times are not sorted? Then how would you approach? So we should do at least 4 or 5 such questions. Okay, so let me show my code for this, whatever I have explained. So here is my code. You can see I'm just getting the length of it here, and for total wait time I'm using the double data type. Don't use integer, otherwise there could be an overflow of the values. Okay, so this is our start time is 0, our end time is initially it is 0. So now we are traversing through this customer array. So I'm taking the start time, right? Math.max of start time and d0 is the arrival time, and start time would be the previous end time. So initially it is 0, so end time, so for the end time is equal to start time plus the completion time d1, so processing time, right, second item in the array. Then total would be, we are taking end time minus d0. d0 is nothing but arrival time, so we are summing up in the total, and we are updating this start time equal to end time of the previous completion of the order. Okay, and finally I am returning here average. So let me execute this code. I'm executing the code. Yeah, it is working fine. Let me submit as well. So I am submitting it. Yeah, so this is done.